Hello and welcome. On Monday I'm starting the Cambrian Way, which is a 300-mile backpacking trip that's going to go from Cardiff on the south coast of Wales right through to Conway on the north coast of Wales, and taking in pretty much all the mountains of South, Mid and North Wales on my way. So this is the kit that I'm going to be taking. And in this video I'm going to run through it with you really quickly and also give some reasons to why I'm taking this particular gear on this particular trip. So to kick off with, Cambrian Way, as I say, it's quite a mountainous route. I'm going in late June and July, so I know that pretty much I can expect perhaps some really hot temperatures, but also it can be, loads of rain and wind as well. So I've got to make sure that my kit that I'm taking with me can kind of cover all eventualities really. Right, let's start off then with my trusty old rucksack, which is the Osprey Exos 48. So it's been my go-to rucksack for quite a long time now. I just love this rucksack. I've done a review of it on my site, which you can have a look at if you want to do. But yeah, brilliant rucksack, nice and lightweight. So starting off with the Exos rucksack. And then I've got the Osprey backpack cover that goes with it. Just because it fits it really tightly, and I know even in strong winds, rain, that's not going to come off, so it's really reliable. So, pop that into the top there. So next, my sleep system that I'm going to use. So I've got my, I don't know, is it 25, 30-year-old Mount Equipment 3-season down sleeping bag. I mean, I could spend a lot of money buying a lighter weight one, but you know what, it still does a great job. So I'm taking that with me. That'll be more than warm enough for any conditions that I'm going to get. In fact, it's probably a bit too warm, but let's put that into a nice waterproof liner to make sure if it does rain, it ain't going to get wet. So next, my sleeping mat is a Thermorest Neoair Xlite. Again, used this lots and lots of times now. I find it really comfortable. Gets me a good night's sleep. So I really like that. Going in there as well is a pillow. My wife converted me to camping pillows. Won't be without it now. That's going in there as well. And then a lovely little present that my son got me for Christmas was this, a pump, and it only weighs about 40 grams, but you can charge it up, it's rechargeable, and it just makes it easy when you get to camp. You can just stick that on, blows him out for you. Yeah, really like using that. So that is going to go in this waterproof liner into the bottom of my rucksack. And I can turn it round so it just all fits nicely there in the bottom. That's really good. So lovely. Next, now when it comes to my eating stuff, cooking stuff, that's what I meant to say. Where did my brain go then again? My cooking gear. So I've gone for my Whisperlite, MSR Whisperlite, really super lightweight and reliable. That's why I'm taking that. So that's going to be my stove. I'm taking a big camping gas canister to start off with. That's going to have to do with 7 days hopefully. So those are going in next. Slap those down there, lovely. And then I've gone for, in terms of my pans, I've gone for 2 titanium mugs. That will do for cooking my main meals in. This will do for all my hot drinks. I've got the 2 lids to go with it. Got a fire lighter. That'll go in there as well. So, put those down there. And then my Spork as well. I always put my Spork in my lid because I always tend to find I lose it otherwise. So it's kind of a thing now. Spork goes in the top of my lid there. So that's all my cooking stuff and sleeping stuff in. Okay, so next, what have we got next? These are all my kind of personal hygiene stuff. So I've got my wash kit, so I've got a little towel, I've got a toothbrush, toothpaste, I've got some wilderness wash, you know, some of that biodegradable soap to take with me, because I know I'm probably going to need a wash at some point on the way, that's a definite. And I've put my Factor 50 sunscreen in here. All of that, given the forecast for next week, will probably come out of there, and I'll probably put it in the top of my rucksack so I've got it more accessible. That's all my washing stuff, and that's going to go on the inside of my lid, top of my rucksack. Just there, lovely, lovely. Great thing about these Osprey rucksacks is these lids, you know, they take a lot more than you think they'll take, they're really good. Next, I've got my poo kit. Can't do that, your poo kit. So in there I've got some toilet paper, some wipes, I've got some hand gel, and I've got some nappy sacks. And also, of course, the trusted trowel. So again, when it comes to toileting, I bury my poo, I carry out all my paper waste in a nappy sack, which I'll get rid of then in a suitable bin when I find one. But again, I did the Sky Trail recently and just found so much toilet paper kicking about. You know, it's so important that, you know, waste gets buried or you pack it back out with you. So, top lid of my rucksack, my poo kit, and my trowel will just go down here into one of my side pockets. Sits there nicely. Right, what else? Oh, I always take this with me. It's my little kind of luxury item, really. It's my Garmin. It's an old E-Trex 10, and all I use that for is just to keep track of how many kilometres I'm doing during the day and what sort of speed I'm walking at during the day. And it just helps me then to plan out where I might end up, the day might end up, if that makes sense. So if I've done sort of, I don't know, 20 kilometres in the morning, I might think, well, okay, I can do 30, 32 kilometres, that type of thing. It just helps me to plan out my day a bit better, and I like having it. I'm a bit of a geek, I don't know. A gadget geek. Anyway, so that goes on the front of my rucksack, on the strap there. Very nice. What else have we got? Oh, it's giving me age, it's my hips. Can't do it. Oh, this is insect stuff and midge stuff. So I've got my midge net. And I've got I'm taking Smidge as my repellent. I know that works well on the midges. Not so sure how good it is on the, you know, bigger sort of flies and stuff. I don't know, we'll see anyway. It works on ticks as well. So I'm taking that with me. That's going in the inside cover there. Next, my brilliant little sit mat. So versatile, so useful. Quick to sit on when you're having a little break for lunch, but also for putting on the outside of your tent. So if you've got like a little bit of a wet camp, that's quite good, stops your front of your tent getting muddy. So that will nicely. Just sit in that couch there. Très bien, très bien. Right, a little repair kit. So in here, again, I know I'm going to be out on this trail for around about 3 weeks. So I just need to make sure if anything goes wrong with the tent or my sleeping mat, I can cope with it. So I've got a little Thermorest repair kit in there. I've got a little bit of paracord in case there's anything like guy lines on the tent. Some tent repair kit, tenacious tape, and then some little carabiners. Again, just spare. So just stuff if I know that, you know, there's an issue with the tent, a little tear that I get or anything, I can repair that. No major problem. And my scissors are going in here as well. A little pair of scissors. Right. Put those inside cover on the top. Lovely, lovely. Right, next. First aid kit. So again, I don't kind of go silly with the first aid kit, but I want to make sure that I've got everything that I need in case there is an accident. So I have, that's just the afterbite stuff. Plasters wise, I've got my Compede in there. I've got some normal plasters. I've got some sanitary wipes, you know, cleansing wipes. I've also got these burn shield things which are quite good if you get a little scald. They're quite good. So all those are in there. Plus I've got some tape, some ibuprofen, and also a bandage, a support bandage in case I sprain my ankle or get a sprain or anything like that. So, oh, and some stereo pad thing, you know, absorbent dressing. I've got a couple of those as well. So it should be enough stuff in there for any sort of minor injuries if I get along the way. And of course I've got my scissors in my tent repair kit, so they're in there. That tape, by the way, that I use is called Luco tape. I found that's really, really good. Once you kind of put that on, it really, really sticks on. So Luco tape, really good. I've got my torch. I'm using my Alpkit torch with some spare batteries that will also dual up for spare batteries for my e-Treks. So I've got those in the lid. My water filtration system. So I'm using a Soya Mini Squeeze, which is fine for me on my own. So if I get any water that I think is a little bit iffy, a little bit dodgy, I can filter it. I'm going to put that on the outside of my rucksack, just so it's quite nice and accessible. Right, if I need to get that. Oh, doing alright so far. How's it feeling? Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Whoops. Next, what have we got here? Right, spare clothing. So let me talk about clothing. So I am going to be wearing pretty much what I'm wearing now. So I'll go in this hooded top, which me and my wife originally got for the Colorado trail. But they're surprisingly good. They're really comfortable to wear. They don't tend to smell. If you get a really hot day, and there is some hot weather forecast next week, it's really good because it's got the UV 50 protection, and I can also pull the hood up, and it means I don't have to worry about the back of my neck, my ears. So yeah, really good when the weather's very, very hot, but also just nice and comfortable as a base layer. So not kind of your traditional base layer that I go for, but I find it really comfortable. It works well, that, and not expensive. So I'll be wearing that. I'll be wearing a pair of Ronil's with me pair of pants on as well. So that's what I'm going to start, or I'm planning to start walking in. So spare clothing wise, I'm taking with me another base layer top, a Helly Hansen top, really lightweight. A spare pair of underpants, and what I'll try and do is, when I'm not wearing a pair, have a pair washed and drying out. That's the plan, hopefully, if it goes to plan. So I've got those. I will put these in a waterproof bag. So yeah, taking another spare pair of Hill Tracksters with me as well. I just like backpacking in these. They're just really lightweight, comfortable. Me and my Ronil's. My wife says I'm going to get buried in my Ronil's. That's nice to do, isn't it? And then warmth wise, I've got this. It's an fleece that I bought for one of their races last year, and it's surprisingly warm. It weighs. It's like kind of a feather, but it weighs next to nothing. But when you wear it under stuff, it's really warm. So certainly in summer, going to need nothing more than that sort of super lightweight and a nice extra warm layer that I can wear. Plus my, it's a relatively lightweight down jacket, so it's not a heavy down jacket, it's a fairly lightweight down jacket. Taking that with me as well, probably wearing, I'm thinking about that more for an evening. Although, a couple of weeks ago on the Sky Trail, I had to have that on underneath my waterproof jacket with that cold. Right, so that's my spare clothing. Oh no, nearly. My socks. So I'm taking another pair of socks. I've got these Danish endurance ones that I bought online from Amazon, and I found those really nice. And a pair of even thinner socks from Helly. Those will be like my bed socks. Won't be wearing them to walk in. So spare socks in there. Right, job done. So let's get that fastened up. I always do that, you know, sing to myself when I'm, you know, putting stuff in the bag. Alright, that goes in there. Super duper. Next, right, I am taking a compass. Obviously, I need to take the compass with me, but this time I think this is the first trip I'm ever going to do without taking a paper map. Might I regret that? I don't know. So navigation-wise, I'm going for. I'm still taking my compass, but I'm going to use GPX file on my phone. What's the worst that can happen? I get lost. Yeah, okay. But I'm going to see how that goes. I'm going to test it out. I've also got the guidebook as well. So they've got a map in the guidebook that I can use as well. So yeah, I'm hoping that that's going to do. So my compass, I'll shove that again in the lid of my rucksack. There we go. That's in. Right. I'm not going for a hat. I'm going to wear my cap. I wore this on the Skytrail as well. I really liked it. I don't normally wear a cap, but I enjoyed wearing that. It was good. It'll obviously keep the sun off my face if it's really hot. I've got a light pair of gloves and I've got a buff that will double up as a hat if I need to. So cap, gloves, buff, top of rucksack, top lid. So I'll probably be wearing my cap when I start walking, to be honest with you. There we go. Right. Next. Okay, tent. So tent wise, I've gone for my Lanshan 1 tent. I've only used this once before on an overnight trip, but I really bought it with doing these solo longer backpacking trips. So it'll be fascinating to see how well I get on with this, because obviously I love my Lanshan 2 tent, and I've used my Lanshan 2 tent on backpacking trips before. This is lighter, it's about 200 grams lighter, so I'm going to see how I get on with it. Now I know the materials are really good, so I've no worries there. It's just whether or not it's as functional and gives me as much space. Well, it won't give me as much space. Pegs to go with it. I just make sure, by the way, I always take a big stake. I'm going to take a big stake in this case, just because the tent relies on tension and that front pole that pulls out. I want to make sure I've got a really good stake in there. So that's going in with my tent pegs. Whew, right, where next? God, it's all this stuff. Crikey. Waterproofs. So I've got a pair of lightweight Alpkit waterproof trousers. They're kind of my go-to trousers for when I'm running, backpacking. Yeah, they've been very, very good. Yeah, very much like those. And my waterproof jacket I'm going for is this Mountain Equipment Xeno. I did a review of this on my channel. Have a look at it. This is not an expensive jacket compared to Gore-Tex jackets, but I find that for backpacking I've really liked it. It's more than I need. Don't need no big fancy Gore-Tex jacket that doesn't really work particularly well in summer anyway. So that really like. Okie dokie. So I am also taking with me on this trip a waist pouch. So in my waist pouch is going to go on my GoPro stuff, because I'm taking a GoPro. So my GoPro will go in there, charger will go in there, kind of the electrical stuff. So that'll go around my waist. And again, I've got a waterproof bag to put everything in there. You know, just should have decided, you know, what's to rain. I mean, can you believe that? Rain in Wales? Surely not, come on. In there as well, I'm also going to put my guidebook, so I'm taking that with me. Weighs an absolute ton. But hey, I'm carrying a Lanshan 110, that's my extra 200 grams. My Lanshan 1 plus my guidebook equals the weight of the Lanshan 2, there we go. So that's going in my pouch. Then I've also got my phone and my wallet. I don't know where I'll carry those. I usually put them in the top of my rucksack, but if I'm carrying my... decisions now, what am I going to do? What I do need though is, bear with me. I need another waterproof bag to put them in. So what I usually do is, they normally go in the top of my rucksack again, so they're easily accessible. And I think particularly my phone, if I'm using it for any navigation, I'll probably want to have it around my waist, a bit more water. That would make more sense. Right, it's going in my waist pouch now. Right, sunglasses. I'm going to be wearing those out hopefully when I start walking, but I'll just put them in the top of here for now. So sunglasses, they're in. So I think kit wise, that's pretty much it. Oh, one last thing. I should show you this, bear with me. Right, so water carrying wise, I'll have a 2 litre container. When I need to fill up, say for my overnight camp or something like that, or even if it's just a really warm day and I know that there's not much water around, so that sits nicely in one of the side pockets. And then I'll also have a sort of 600ml smart bottle. That again I know that I can filter the water into easily. That goes in the side pocket. So that's how I'm going to carry my water. And that should be enough. In terms of the stuff to go in my rucksack, I think that's probably it. I've obviously still got quite a bit of space left there in the top, but that's where my food's going to go. So yeah, I've got plenty of space in the top, and I usually, just for organisation, I'll take 2 or 3 more waterproof bags to put my food in. I usually try to put my lunch stuff, breakfast stuff in one bag, and then my evening meal stuff in another bag. In terms of food, I'll show you this again. I'm going to take 5 of these camping meals with me to start off with. I don't normally eat these, but because there are not a lot of shops, particularly in the mid part of this trail, I just want to make sure I've got something. Also, it's got a lot of calories because I know again that it's going to be difficult for me to get the calories in me during this trip. So I'm taking 5 of those. Those will go in one of my bags, which I've now lost. How can I lose a bag? Unbelievable. Goes in the top of my rucksack. Unbelievable. So that'll go in there. So I'm going to take those. I'm going to get a few like pasta meals, rice meals, my noodles. Breakfast I tend to go for, I tend to have breakfast noodles rather than having porridge. But I've got plenty of stuff there to fit my food in. I'll go in the top of my rucksack. And then, last but not least, my poles. So I've got my black diamond trekking poles, which are really great. And for walking in, I'm going to be walking in these, which are, they are Innovate Ultra Trailflies. G300 Max, I say. Now I've run a couple of ultra races in these this year. I also walked the Sky Trail in them, found them super comfortable, really nice, no blisters, feet felt not tight, particularly at the end of the days. So again, I'm hoping that those will be great for this trip. I'm going to get wet feet, but that's fine. It's summer, okay? My feet will stay warm, so those are what I'm going for walking in. Right, I'll take the food out, but then what I want to do is I want to give my rucksack away without food and water and see what it comes in at. So let's have a look. That's come in at 7.8 kilos. Which is probably slightly more than I might have liked actually. I normally like to be around 7.5 or less, but I can't think of anything there that I've packed that I don't want to take. So yeah, for the conditions that I'm going in, yeah, I can't think of anything anywhere I could lighten that anymore or I'd want to lighten that anymore. What I'll do is I'll put a list underneath of all the gear that I'm taking, and obviously any comments, anything that anybody wants to ask me any questions about, please feel free to do so. But that's my kit. Let's get out on the Cambrian Way. Really looking forward to it. Thank you for watching. Take care. See you soon.